Howdy! Who wants to recap last session for inspiration?
All right. How many am I down to anyway? I have 4. I'm sitting pretty. There was not a ton of overall excitement. We dealt with the fallout of murdering Zendros. Zashul and Krellick broke the news to Vicaris, who was not at all happy, and why would he be? That was a weird way to phrase that. Anyway, we in an effort to get people sort of calm down, Yop brewed up some Fey plant tea, and then while everyone else was tripping, had a conversation with Zashul about the direction that the franchise was, well, the direction that their relationship with Acquisitions Incorporated as a whole was going in the first place. Those two have basically come to the conclusion that Acquisitions Incorporated sucks, and doing right by Saltmarsh has been the right move. Meanwhile, Null and Lauren had a conversation about the recent surge in threat in the Krellick threat level. We've moved to Krellick threat level orange, I guess. After which we all took a trip to Waterdeep. There was some shopping, there was some relaxing, there was some research into the Scarlet Brotherhood, into the Cambion Ayas, into Zolek the Vampire, and a couple other topics. Vicaris borrowed a book, or got a copy of a book, I suppose. And then we all went back to the lighthouse, shortly after which Krellick and Vicaris departed for the Feywild, courtesy of Bishop. Their meeting with Chandria was not great. She was understandably upset that Krellick had given away her boon, but she did take Hamir's weapon and the horn of Zendros. After which the two of them were dismissed and went to the market to get into some trouble. Had a pub crawl that went spectacularly badly. They were given the choice of being banished from the Fae forever or being allowed to stay in the Fae, but Chandria and the council would be told of what happened. They went with the latter option and are now on their way to Senelise to try to find a way to get out of the Fae after they tried to go back to Chandria and had the door shut in their face.
And after Vicaris remembered that he has a super rich family.
Yeah. And then we check back in with the franchise, who are continuing to make their efforts into the investigation into Ender Solmner death. There was some talk about exactly what questions to have for Ender's. Lauren is prepared to speak with his dead body. And that's about where we left off.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Oh, and Yop knows that there was an attempt to reincarnate Yumi.
Yes.
Which Zashul does not know his fate. So, good times.
Yep. Okay. Let's start with those moving at a standard pace of time. Those who are in Saltmarsh, you will have some inquiries, but I don't know where you guys want to start. Where are you headed? What you doing? What's your plan? I'm gonna lay on the floor, but I'm listening.
Corpse?
Yeah, I believe the plan is to go to the Solmner crypt, although there is some question of whether we'll be able to get in, because I'm assuming that his Godfather Scaran Wavechaser, the murderer, is the one who is in charge of the estate, given that Anders had no heirs when he died. So we'll see. We might have to do a little B&E.
You would like to. You would like to. You would like to go to the crypt, yes?
Yeah.
That sound right, Lauren? Monkey?
Yeah, right.
All right, very well. To the okay, to the the eastern side of the city, on the upper cliffs near the leap. Get down, you son of a bitch! Behind the Temple of Procon. My life is chaos. Shut up! Get out of here! Behind the Temple of Procon is a graveyard that is kept by a half-orc gentleman who makes himself known when you approach. There's a very small, very short wall that encircles the grounds. Some of you who are a little bit sharper of eye can notice some arcane runes and religious symbology that is imprinted into the stonework that fortifies these walls. Hey! Be quiet! Thank you for quieting down. My apologies. The half-orc is a very tall fellow, with hair tied back and a grim expression, kind of blinking in the daylight. And when you enter, he is actually quite filthy, as a groundskeeper should be. And he says, good afternoon, masters. What is it that I might be able to do for all of you?
We have come to pay our respects to the late councilperson Anders Solmner. We were out of the plane when he passed. We were friends of a sort with the councilperson and have... Oh God, what is the word I'm looking for? We would like to just pay our respects.
Please make a deception check.
Probably put my glasses on so I can see what the fuck I'm putting on. Alright, just gonna burn an inspiration since I never marked it. Alright, one more. Okay, there we go.
Better.
Flash of genius.
Yeah. I do kind of assume we're all here for this. Those of us not on the buddy community.
Alright, Yop, what does your flash of genius appear to be when,
Well, in this case, it's some sparkly lights go off around Betty's head and distract our half-orc friend so that he is not as intent on Zashel's words or facial expressions, so it is easier to deceive him.
Okay. You know what has just occurred to me? Zashel, do you have legalese? Is that you?
Yes.
What is that?
I don't actually have it written down in Roll20 for some reason.
does that even go on my character sheet?
Background?
I'm gonna just copy it out of D&D Beyond. Oh god! First, I'm gonna click on all the wrong things. I am so sorry. Acquisitions Incorporated. Okay, I'll get there. I swear, I will get there.
I could have stood up and sat at the computer and searched it by now, but I've elected to just wait.
What am I? I'm a plaintiff. Holy shit. I do not have my shit together. Here we go. Okay, there we go.
Fucked up on cookies.
Your experience with local legal system has given you a firm knowledge of the ins and outs of that system. Even when the law is not on your side, you can use complex terms like ex injuria jus non oritor and cogitonis. No. And that to frighten people into thinking you know what you're talking about. With common folks who don't know any better, you might be able to intimidate or deceive to get favors or special treatment.
Okay. I'm assuming you are not trying to do this now.
Well, I mean, the roll has gone through, the inspiration has been spent, and the flash of genius has been burned. So,
in this.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, it is largely true. Zashel would actually like to pay his respects. We're just ignoring the part where,
we're doing other things beyond that.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh God, what have I done to roll 20?
All well and fair. However, I would need a requisition from the temple to open up the crypt again.
I'm sorry, I really fucked up my roll 20. I've got to reload.
What exactly is a requisition?
It is a request. A formal request.
Alright, we can go to the temple, I guess?
We could do all that. Which temple do we need to go? We can't just a few minutes in. We have quiet
Inside
words and
crypt
then we leave.
Of one of our most established families within the city. No.
Oh, I
I'm
thought this
the
was like on
groundskeeper.
his estate. Okay,
No.
That
No.
is my mistake.
I did say you guys went to the...
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we
All
went
right,
to the crypt.
okay. I was like, this could be my fault, but okay.
No, we are behind the Temple of Procon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously the Temple of Procon. What other temple is it?
Well, there was a temple to the Quartermaster of Ayas, but not anymore.
That's not right next to the crypt.
Fair point. Is there someone in particular we should speak to? This is...
Oh, the keeper, Welgar, naturally is always there. Though it is not common to see those who have entered with the intent to see their loved one's burial place, to enter without... Penance is the wrong word. Tithe.
What does that mean?
It means
Offering
we need
to the
to give
church.
off. Yeah.
Like food?
One moment.
Flowers?
Donation. I will be right back. And I will go into the temple.
As you go, Noel pull out a a requisition form for visiting a corpse and hand it to you.
Oh, hand it to Zashel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Noel, what's your background?
Do believe it is acolyte.
Do you want to
Really?
use that?
Yeah, that'd be good, huh? Look, I would know the fucking paperwork required to visit a corpse, okay?
Yeah, I'm giving you the opportunity to demonstrate.
Well, it's not my faith, but
It's not, but as a scrivener, it is actually your
Yeah.
divine authority to
Yeah.
To go into the gravesite and see whoever the hell you wanted to see.
yeah, I'm going to pull rank on the cleric here. Like, walk in and just yeah. So I'll like put a hand on Zashel's shoulder, and say, I can handle this, perhaps.
Okay.
Noel will walk past and go inside.
All right, you enter the temple. You've been to this temple? Yes, you've definitely been to this temple. You revived someone from the dead here, and find the old one-legged grizzly sailor who attends the temple, Welgar, brine-handed.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yes, I need to visit a corpse.
What purpose might you have in that?
Noel blinks, and sets like his holy symbol down on the table in front of the guy.
You know that he recognizes you, probably by process of elimination for Firbolgs he's met, especially goth ones. And after a moment of consideration, he nods to let you through. Just have everything back where you found it.
Yeah, Noel will nod and say, my companions will be joining me for a moment.
Again, should it all be returned as it was found?
Noel will like step outside to see everyone else and just wave a hand.
And Krell takes you to the crypt of the Solmner household. You see that actually here there are several family plots and crypts. You see some names that you recognize, like Prime Water and Oland as well. And there is, as the hill begins to crest, what appears to be a very distinct, like, tunnel being made into it, and it's supported by, like, very fine stone, runic structuring, that in Dwarvish, for those who speak it, see the name Copperlocks, written in silver, in the stone. And you are brought to the Solmner crypt, which is clean and fresher than Prime Water and Oland and the old names of the city. And surprisingly, Krell pushes in the very large stone door that defends it, and it is evidently quite a heavy thing. Were you to all come and perhaps sneak here in the middle of the night, you might have had a trifle trying to remove said stone by yourselves. The interior is surprisingly sparse, and it is quite dry. There is very little for the scent of decay here, merely the spidery and webbed markers of time passage. And there is very few corpses to be found here. The family Solmner though established, is not deeply old with the city, and it would appear that they have not been particularly prolific. Krell indicates to you the still rather new corpse of Anders, and stands by the door in watch.
When you say the corpse of Anders, is it like his actual? Okay, never mind. That's a dumb question.
Is it
I figured
preserved?
he'd be in. Yeah, I figured he'd be in something.
No, this is like catacombs style. The bodies are
Okay.
left on shelves and daises until they are properly not visitable remains.
Gotcha. So this one hasn't been magically preserved in any way.
I would say yes, but not for a hyper extended amount of time. Like,
Yeah,
yes. In
it's
fact,
run
there's
out by now.
yeah, and there's some magic on the crypt itself to help things endure here, not rot, but not. Each individual body is not granted the effort of weekly recasting of Gentle Repose. Yeah.
Well, Lauren, if you are ready, perhaps we should see
Oh,
we
God.
can. Oh,
Fuck. You scared the shit out of me.
perhaps
I'm laying on
we
the floor and he just came running, like, at me and screaming. Oh my god.
Lauren, if you are prepared, perhaps we should see if we can have the high priest wait outside, or if someone would like to distract him. No,
Hmm.
I don't know if what we're thinking of doing is allowed or not. This is more your realm.
I'd probably know it's not super allowed, right?
Yeah.
Although this guy might not know that. The priest upstairs probably would. Yeah, Noel will like walk over and stand in front and like look down at this guy and say, we require privacy with the corpse.
Could you make me an intimidation check?
Huh. I sure could. Well, okay.
I was really hoping for the nat 20 on that one.
Yeah.
An 18? Pretty good. He examines your robes with like flashing eyes, just quick up and down. Checks the fact that you're, a good head or so taller than him, and you're not like you're not particularly brawny, but you are built still. This man, for as strong as he is, still finds you imposing and steps further outside. He's still within earshot, and you would know that, but he is giving you privacy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll turn and say he can still hear us, but we have privacy.
Understood. And I will whisper in Betty's ear, and she will bolt out of the crypt. And I will start screaming, "Oh, stop her! Stop her! Oh, God, something's gone horribly wrong."
Oh my god. Could you please roll me a deception check?
Oh, yeah, this is going to go great. Oh, actually, look at that. And I'm chasing her out the crypt.
Oh, Okay, that will prevent the thing that I was going to say next, which is the horrible crashing noises of Krell attacking Betty with a shovel. But yes, you are no longer in the crypt for the duration of this encounter as you continue to chase Betty and give her instructions on how to avoid being caught.
Mhm.
Great. Everyone else?
All ready, Lauren?
Yep. And Lauren will begin casting this. Tell that only takes one action because I can't read. Yep.
All right. The eyes of Anders open, giving off a pale, watery blue light that kind of reflects like the what's the word? The underside of water as sunlight streams through onto the ceiling. What do you ask?
Sasha, what's the first question?
I thought we had decided on these earlier.
I do not. Me, the player, does not remember these questions that we decided on.
What? One of them was along the lines of
You love books?
I think the two that I remember were what pressing council business was there
That's right.
before you died, right? And then it was also what business was upcoming that had to do with Seaton.
Yep.
And I don't know what the third one was. Or actually, is it 3 or 5? Yeah, I don't know what the other 3 are.
One of them was, I remember we wanted something related to his actual death, not specifically his death, but rather the potion. I think it was getting confirmation that Wave Chaser was the one who
Was delivering the potions?
was constantly providing the potions to him. And
Would it be helpful to get Anders to describe what they tasted like? Maybe we could match that with some poisons or something. Like, could he just describe the color, smell, taste, whatever?
The only reason I would say that might not be worth it is that we know Wave Chaser is an expert poisoner. So I would sort of assume he's using anything tasteless and odorless. Iocane powder.
Right. Inconceivable.
But we can start with those. We're looking into your death. Is there anything in council business that you think might, especially as it pertains to Seaton, might be pertinent to your death?
Right, and actually, which way does his death now tip the council? Because I know he was sort of a split vote.
It leads them more
Towards loyalists.
Yeah. Well, there's the traditionalists and the conservatives, and I believe the answer is
Traditionalists and loyalists.
I thought it was. Wow.
Traditionalists are the conservatives.
Maybe that's
I feel
just
like
some projection.
No, I feel like the traditionalists are more like the conservatives.
No, I even have loyalists in my notes. I should just actually look at my actual notes. The answer is with Scarron, they are now more loyalist. Because they were 2-2 and then Anders is a swing, but Scarron is a loyalist. So with Eleander and Copperlocks, there are now 3 loyalists to Prime Water and Oland as traditionalists.
Guess another question then might be, what recent or upcoming business did the council have where you sided with the traditionalists? You
And
know,
it feels
because
like a lot of questions. I feel like because I think last time we were talking about too, we didn't completely narrow it down to 5 because there's like a lot of things to ask.
We can always cast it again.
You can
actually.
not.
Not for another 10
Not-
days.
Yep, not for another 10 days.
well, I mean, at this point, I'd say, you know, let's pick 3, ask him those, and that gives us 2 more to ask based on what he answers.
Can he think of any council business that his vote would have? Well, the problem is he can't speculate. He literally only knows what he knew in life.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's why the way I'd ask the question is, what council business was upcoming that you sided with the traditionalists?
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Right, because he knows which side he'd take, right? And our assumption is that getting rid of him means the loyalists are going to have the swing. So those are areas of interest that we might want to look into, maybe. I like books too, Miles.
Mhm.
He's reading Ghost of Saltmarsh right now
Awesome.
in my lap. Lauren, your spell.
All right. I'll ask the first question of what pressing business before his death that needed to be made, that he would have sided with the traditionalists on, in much better wording than I can do myself. Yeah.
Well, I recently had some encounters with some other merchants in the town that were complaining a lot about piracy, lost ships, and cargo and men. I hadn't really experienced it myself, but I wanted to be sympathetic. We were intending to marshal a few of the Marines on an excursion to defend some of our trade routes.
Okay. I look at the rest of the group. What do you want to ask next?
Kind of a long shot, but if there was anything in the days up to his death that seemed suspicious, something out of the ordinary, I don't know. I'm sort of
Yeah.
trying to get something a little definitive for what happened, but
Should we also ask how long he's been unwell and taking the potions for?
we can, although I believe we were told that he's been taking the potions for as long as we've known him, at least, so months.
Yeah, it could have been starting that, like, you know, a long time ago before that. That's like, how long has he been sick and on council? But it's okay. So I'll ask if he noticed anything suspicious before he passed. Anything out of the ordinary that was different than usual.
No, nothing unusual. Just more tired than usual.
Few more questions. Was there
feel like asking about pressing business with Seaton, or
Yeah. We'll probably go back to the pirates, but it's definitely worth asking. Or have
There,
we had any dealings with Merrick, Duke Merrick of Seaton? Might also be worth asking. That's a separate question. I mean, because we know Merrick is the Duke tied to the Brotherhood.
he's the Duke of your province, yes. Which do you ask, Monkey?
I think just the first one, when Dop said any dealing with Seaton, I think more vague is probably better than too
That's a good call.
specific, in which there's no answer.
Well, there was requisitions for military forces. We would be needing marine soldiers and boats to travel, ones we're not outfitted with. Saltmarsh doesn't have a navy as Seaton does.
Could just ask directly about Wave Chaser, if there was anything recently that seemed unusual.
Well, he already said there was nothing unusual
True.
surrounding him. I feel like it's the same.
Well, if we asked directly about Wave Chaser, it might not have seemed unusual to Anders because
Anders might also be kind of a bit oblivious to that. You know, that guy was sneaky, so.
I don't know. I am drawing a blank here. My brain is not working. Noel, any thoughts?
And Noel, consider for a second.
Come on.
I guess, not to, like, so in signs so that it doesn't trigger the spell, I'll ask Zashel, should we ask if we were to investigate his death, what ally does he have that could help us? Who does he know that we don't?
I think the problem with that might be I'm not sure he understands that he might have been murdered.
Yeah.
True.
I know it won't help our investigation, but just as a matter of course and closure, we could see if he has any final message for the Shadowbreaker. They were very close. I understand that that is not a question that helps us, but it might be right.
I mean, we could. I mean, if no one really wants to ask, I still want to know how long he's been in Lorenda's airfield sick and whatnot.
It's worth asking, and it's also your spell, so.
Okay. Yup, are you okay with... Oh, wait, Gal's not here. Why am I that? Looking for you.
Crab,
I forgot- I
you go
forgot.
around that way, and I'll go around this way, and we'll be able to corner her over there.
Okay, I think Lauren will ask, how long has he been feeling ill and taking, I guess, remedies? And why did he pick that, specific route to try and treat his illness? Instead of,
That's-
going to a temple, or I guess,
That feels like 2 questions to me.
all right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
how
warning
long
you.
No, it's like, how long has he been taking treatments for his illness then? I guess that. Yeah.
Treatment's about 5 years, I think.
Do you just want to ask the second part of that?
No, I'm good. Because that's interesting. It's been 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. This is, yeah. 5 years on the potions. Most of the work for the council seems to revolve around this plan to move forces from Seaton here to deal with the pirates. And we know that the Brotherhood.
It's involved with some sort of smuggling.
Well, I believe there's. Well, I'm probably misremembering. And nothing unusual except that he was more tired, which would make sense if the poisoning was accurate.
What I don't understand is, why would you drink potions for 5 years instead of going to a priest? After, 4 years of it not working? But we can discuss that later.
Potions aren't cheap, if you remember. 50 gold for a healing potion is not a small amount of money.
Exactly.
I
Why
mean,
would you
yeah.
not pay for a healer? It would be cheaper long term.
Because healing is also a cost. Yeah.
Monthly potions. Anyway,
Listen, the healthcare system is fucked, Ted. I know this.
hands are up, backing away. No, there's nothing. No.
Well,
Last question. Anything special?
I could ask that question you wanted to ask. If you had any last messages for,
I'm sort of wondering what he can tell us about Wave Chaser's activities prior to his own death, obviously.
You could.
But yeah, I'm not sure how to phrase that. That doesn't just because we already know he saw nothing unusual. But I mean, even without unusual, knowing the things that Wave Chaser spoke to him about might be helpful.
So what was the last thing he spoke to Wave Tracer about? That isn't his health? I should probably specify it isn't the last thing he spoke about that wasn't his health, because... Does that sound good?
Yeah. Other than his illness, what things did they speak about recently?
Lauren will ask that.
Okay. I mean, I frequently spoke with Scarin about business as much as I was able to. He handled a lot of the some of the day-to-day of the business while I was in council. I probably something with that. I think. It's hard to recall. He was... I saw him every day, at least.
Rest well, council person and Canada person. Count Jesus criminy. Rest well, Solmner. I believe that's all our questions. So.
Yeah. Well, we could always come back in 10 days and ask the question about Kiara if you still wanted to ask that.
No, that's not necessary. What's up? What you doing? Come. We should collect Yop and Betty, and at some point we should make our way into town and speak to the newest council member, offer the services of the Lighthouse franchise.
You guys can acquire Yop again. And the crypt will be resealed.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Krat. I don't know what went wrong with her. I'll get her right back in the workshop and get this taken care of. I'm so sorry. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, he's a little worked up from running around. But, yeah. Okay, gang. Where are you headed?
Shall we head to the council hall?
We can.
Certainly.
Was there somewhere else you wanted to go, Lauren?
I kind of want to check out his manor, his estate.
You can try. That might be a little more difficult than even this was, but...
I've broke into places before. I think it's like one of the first things I did when I got here. Breaking into Councilman Primewater, I believe.
Sorry, what?
I think we break into Primewater's cellar when Lauren just first got into the party.
Oh, Primewater. Not
Yeah. No, we broke into Primewater's place. Breaking into someone else's place is not anything new.
Well, which is closer? We're up at the temple. Council Hall is sort of pretty far south. Where was the Solmner estate? I don't think we ever went there, so we don't know.
Correct.
Oh, did you ask him where he lived?
We could probably ask at the temple. I'm sure they'll know. The Solner family was sort of a big deal here.
I mean, you could even ask Krell, who would have a good idea, but I'm stalling as I pull up the map because it hasn't come up yet, so I don't remember. Solner. Oh. Actually, just here, down the road. You can see it actually from the graveyard. A very stylish and new manor. Actually, on a hill.
Let's see if we can swing by, I suppose, although I don't know what excuse we can give them when they ask why we are there.
Do you wish to?
I mean, shrugs. If people don't mind going and possibly doing questionably legal stuff, like breaking and entering.
It will sort of depend on who is there. Noel, I need a contract. I need to I need to hire the franchise to look into this whole matter, because that will provide some very shaky legal framework for what we might have. Well, I might have to say. Why are you flapping, dog? Jesus.
Yeah, Noel will nod. So you're both trying to, like, get an official contract to hire the franchise, and also trying to build a legal framework for.
No, I just need the contract.
Okay.
Once I have a standing to say that the franchise has been hired to investigate this, if we want to swing by the council first, we can get the backing of at least one council person, I would think, possibly two, which might make it significant enough to actually qualify as a legal backing from the council, in which case we are in a stronger position to require entrance into the estate.
Alrighty, I will produce a contract. Try to get one that's pretty detailed.
Okay. I think this is forgery.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'll use an inspiration.
Man, some real hot and cold dice tonight.
I got one more inspiration. That'll do.
Are you sure? Are you sure that's high enough? I feel like it's not high enough.
Yeah. I could. This is a contract to make the angels weep. There's never been a contract this good before. They're gonna
much
fucking
like fine print and double speak.
Yeah, they're gonna hang this one up in Documancer Hall of Fame. I've got it in like every language I know how to write. Like fucking full on beautiful mind scene as I'm putting it together. And yeah, I produced the version in common for you. You see Noel fold away like fucking 5 other versions into a
Just-
stack.
There's just a single tear that rolls down Zashel's face as he looks at this contract.
Noel smiles smugly and says, paperwork.
Oh man.
Worth this many inspirations, for sure. This one was for honor.
All right, with the most immaculate, inaccurate document any of you have seen in some time, you approach the Solmner estate. It is, as I said, quite a pleasant place and modern, which is kind of unusual for the city in general. You see that it is, in fact, a collection of many buildings all at once, which you've seen with that is typical of estates, but this one appears unlike the Oland estate and a few others that you've been to all have been built at once, and you can immediately tell Anders had like bright red hair, pretty distinct to his own family, and though many of the citizens of Saltmarsh kind of have shared features, it is very apparent that the people who are at the estate currently could not be related to the family. Servants still live here, still maintain the property, and there are a number of heavily armed guards who stand at the perimeters of the land. And when any of you approach the road, you are met by them.
Good afternoon. We are here on writ from... Wait, we never actually went by the council to ratify this.
No, you did not.
Well, in that case, back that up a little bit. We have here a document which says that we are investigating certain inconsistencies within the facts surrounding the death of Ender Solmner and giving us access to the estate as necessary pursuant to our investigation to blah 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 blah. This is what I will employ legalese if I can. You are, of course, entrusted with the responsibility of ensuring our access to any grounds, any facilities, any occupancy that we might require to make sure that this investigation is... Wow, that is certainly a hat. Pursuant to our investigation, so if you will kindly escort us to the estate and make sure that the facilities therein are available to us in isolation for the duration of our requirement of their use for investigation.
With a nat 20 forgery and your background feature, as befuddled and as tense as these guards are, you are permitted entrance to the estate. There is the main manor house and the servants' quarters.
If we could especially have access to Councilperson Solmner's living area, not facilities, that's not the word I'm looking for. Living space and office space, that would be the best place for us to begin our investigation. Can any of you tell us wherein upon it was that he was discovered deceased?
You were told he was found in his bed.
All right.
The morning cold.
If you will kindly escort us to his living quarters, then we will begin there.
Yeah, you certainly can be. The majority of the lower level of the house is clearly meant to take in guests, although it may have been some time since that happened. Much of the furniture is covered in dust covers that seem older than would be precedented by the events. But you are taken upstairs to where there is an office space, and across the building, on the other side of the building, in the upper floor, is the bed chambers.
While we're being escorted up there, whoever's doing the escorting, I'll just ask if Scaran Wave Chaser, how long he lived at the property. Does he still live at the property?
He maintains a room in one of the quarters, yes.
And how long has he been here?
Some 30 years, 20 years, perhaps.
Do you know if he plans to stay here now that he has a seat on the council, or will he be looking for his own estate?
He has not told any of us, but it would stand to reason he would find his own home, and this land can be auctioned.
As we are walking, basically before we go in through the front door, I will cast Detect Magic and keep that up.
Okay. You can find traces of some common items here and there, even some decor, but immediately not anything.
What I figured.
I would also like to cast this as we're walking around.
Okay. All right. Beginning the investigation of each room, I'm assuming that is the next step. Neither of you are capable of detecting anything that would cause you suspicion.
In that case, well, do we want to start in the office or the... Well, I think we should start in the bedroom. See if there's anything pertinent to our investigation that we can find within the rooms there. And yeah, look around.
Okay. Peering through with magic does not, again, uncover anything unusual. Investigation checks?
I will drop the spell and give guidance to whoever is searching.
Oh, give guidance to myself.
I guess I will.
I am trained. I can assist somebody. I think Yop, yours is better than...
Yeah, I will use an inspiration point to try that again.
Well, if Noah's guiding himself, then I guess Lauren would be guiding Yop.
Okay. And I'll burn a flash of genius on that too, so that'll make that 28.
It's the 12, because if you're rolling, if you had advantage, and you rolled with an inspiration, that's 3 dice, not 4.
Gotcha.
Yep. That still puts you at a 16 though, and Noel at a 22.
It puts me at a 20.
Oh yes, yeah.
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 And actually, that puts
still
me.
the biggest one at the 14. Yeah.
Right, that puts me with the flash of genius. That puts me at 23.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
14, 4, and 6, right?
Yeah, 24.
Okay. Then the both of you definitely know very quickly this place has been scrubbed. Perhaps for the case of people coming through the house to see it, but it's a little too clean, a little too immaculate. A couple of you have met Anders even, and know he's not exactly prone to organization. Additionally, you find in one of the fireplaces, it would appear to be some scrap of paper that has some scribbling on it. But it is hard to see without actually catching it up. And certainly, that would be something that is noticed. You are not, alone in this room.
Wait, we're not alone in this room?
You got the people who escorted you here.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry. That it's like someone's watching us through one of those portrait with eyes.
Yop will make eye contact with Noel and then look at the fireplace and then walk across the room, and if there's a bookshelf or a nightstand or whatever's over there, Yop is going to start tearing it apart under the guise of investigation.
Make a performance check.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as Yop is doing this, I would like Lauren to rush behind and try to catch all the books that Yop is throwing.
I'm gonna stand by the fireplace and wait until I see eyes turn over there.
I mean, the people, the guards who have escorted you are immediately upon Yop, trying to restrain her.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hidden Step, just long enough to reach down, grab the notepad, and then step away. Or grab the piece of scrap.
Get your hands off me! Look, there's thread in this drapes. It could be a clue. It's very important. Don't touch me.
I need Yop to make an acrobatics or athletics check. Okay, and Oak. Oh, hold on, one more. Okay, you immediately know that these gentlemen are quite strong, but they are just not prepared for trying to lift you and carry you out, and do not manage to. But you catch probably the dullest little prideful smile from Noel across the room, and know you've done your job.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then listen, I understand you want the investigation to be a little more delicate. Well, you don't need to be so handsy. If you just would have said something, it would have been fine. But I understand. I'll be more gentle.
We will ensure, of course, that everything is put back where it goes, where it was. We understand that there is other business with this place, so we're not trying to cause any trouble. Simply make sure that everything has been gone over so that everybody can move past this terrible tragedy.
Yes. Look, no harm, no foul.
I believe that has been enough investigation for the day.
I'm sorry, were these books alphabetized by Arthur or by title? And Lauren is
We'll
just
take
holding
care
up
of
one
them.
Are you sure?
And they begin taking them from you and escorting you all out.
I can help.
They very badly do not want you here. Yop and Noel, as you leave, there is something curious on the ceiling that happens to catch your eye. It is the word gullible. It is not. It is in fact some loose paneling that seems very curious. Sits just above the four-poster bed. But these guards are becoming very agitated and pushy. They will not be persuaded.
How badly do we want to do this? Do I notice that they paused?
What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 24.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna try to cast these on the guards. I'll go 5th level.
What?
Let's put them to sleep.
Oh, okay. What is that, a total of 52?
52, yeah.
That does not work for either one of them.
Holy shit.
Okay, we're gonna... Give me a second. We're in combat now.
How many escorts do we have? 2, 3,
2.
7? 2. Okay.
Hold on. Gotta make sure I'm set up right here. Okay, and let me snag a handful of you guys. Didn't expect this, gonna be honest.
You know, I thought they were more civilian types that we could just get it and run out and, never show
Yeah.
our face here again.
In fairness, if these are the guards, we probably could have just let the pirates handle him. Like,
Yeah,
they
no
would have been
kidding.
fine.
These might be something Brotherhood special guards, not the city guards, guards that work for Scarian Koff.
I mean, there's certainly something with
Yeah, there's certainly
two not
something.
putting either one of
yeah.
them to sleep.
I cannot see anything just yet.
Okay.
Yeah, me either.
Ah. Did that do anything?
Weird. I can see it if that helps.
No.
I mean,
Weird.
it's like, well, one token is working. If that means anything, it's not all of us that's broken.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I made this map a long time ago, so.
I didn't really
Wasn't
prep for
expecting this.
combat.
Oh, there we go. I
And
wasn't expecting this, but this was inevitable.
approximately
Oh, wait, I recognize
where
this map.
is the loose panel on the ceiling?
Well,
Yeah.
I put you guys in a space that's more appropriate for... Actually, I'll put you guys exactly where you should be.
Okay. And how far up, I guess, is it?
Yeah, hold on. It would be on the ceiling here, at about 10 feet.
Over the bed, right?
Yeah.
Bert, you son of a bitch.
Lauren and
Exactly 2 people other than...
yeah.
Sorry, one moment.
Lauren and Cody. Alright, Noel,
got
make
it.
sure you roll.
I did. 17.
Alright. Congrats. Okay. Yop is up first.
Okay. And
You know what?
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry to say that we should take our 10-minute break.
Okay. And just so
Right
I'm
side.
clear,
Mm-hmm.
the panels like over the bed somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's all okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Cool beans.
And you let us go to the Feywild and look what trouble you get into.
Yeah. I still think we're probably better suited to handle this somehow without.
I
Krellick
still
present.
think our trouble is still better than the trouble Krellick and
Yeah.
Cars got themselves into.
Well, I think if
That
Krellick was
depends
here,
entirely on how much bloodshed actually happens in this room.
yeah,
Yeah, how suited are you for non-murder?
I think we can maybe get some of this done without getting blood on the floor, which isn't nothing.
It'll be on the ceiling instead. It's gonna be bad.
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna go get the shit out of the panel, and then we can head on out. Just leave.
Run!
Just skedaddle. I mean, like, we're gonna have to kill these two, I guess, or
Go to bed.
I'm gonna do something.
Go to bed.
We tried that; it didn't work.
I mean,
Yeah, we tried to go to bed at the point.
Thank you.
yeah,
Oh.
they could just like, I mean, if we kill them, I could fix it.
Can you?
Can you?
Yeah.
Like, emotionally?
Well, no, like that's gonna be their problem, but
That would be
like,
your problem.
That'll
I
be
can, like-
their problem.
here's the thing: we kill them, I gentle repose them for long enough for us to figure this out, and then I bring them back, and I'm just like, well,
God, what do I even have prepared today?
can kill you again if you don't
If you say anything.
Jesus.
say anything.
Oh
Who
my
do these
God.
two work for again?
We don't actually know.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess villains. So guns hot. If they're trying to keep us from looking at anything in his house, it's probably whoever killed him.
Or they're doing their job.
Yeah, but they're not normal guards. These aren't the run-of-the-mill guards.
No?
They're-
That could just be the case, though.
No?
Like they're
I
not
don't
10
know.
HP guards, but like,
Oh,
not
okay,
everybody
no,
is.
hold on.
Well, hold on.
52.
They could
Yeah.
be, they could be
That is a,
level
like,
Not
appropriate
a
guards.
single-
Six
Which are normal
Yeah.
guards.
Not a one of them is like 52 or lower.
Like that's
goes
more
in
than
order.
third and fourth level characters have.
Yeah,
That's more than like
yeah.
fourth
Yeah,
or fifth level barbarians have.
Yeah, and a CR half guard has more HP than a level 1 player. Like, what the fuck you trying to say, huh?
I'm saying we could have let the pirates come and the guards would have handled it. Like the guards would have been fucking fine.
Okay, but we don't know if these are like the normal city guards and if they all have this much HP.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
probably,
these are like
they're probably
It is
private
pretty
guards.
apparent that these
Mhm.
are private guards because
Yeah.
city guards would have livery.
yeah. I mean, private guards also lets us go guns hot a bit better.
Oh boy.
Worth
Does it?
mentioning, we have a very good contract.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. I can fix it. Just give me a sec.
We do because he rolled so well on that
Yeah.
forgery.
That means we have a very good fake. Not
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
have a very good contract.
A
This
very
is
good fake
important distinction.
Like this fake that says the city council said we can be here. So when the city
Yeah.
council judges you while you're in prison, they'll be like, "No, we fucking didn't."
This is why I wanted to go by the council first, so we could be like, hey. This is also why I was like, hey, I need a contract, not like a forgery. But you
Well,
know what? We're
I
here
was
now,
gonna
so-
give you a contract, and I was told to roll a forgery kit, so I did it.
Fair, fair.
It'll be good.
My plan fell apart before it started. That's fine.
It'll be fine. Just banish them, grab the shit, and run.
I don't have banishment
Oh,
prepared.
Yeah, fun fact about that. I also do not have banishment prepared.
Okay. What about the cleric? Does he have banishment prepared?
I am the cleric. I don't have it. No, I'm kidding.
I don't have it either.
Okay,
love this game.
after we murder these two, Noel, you're gonna have to forge a note,
Mm-hmm.
right, that explains the murder-suicide pact that these two were in.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I could do that.
Yeah. You'll have to remove, like, part of their head so no one can do speak with dead. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to
Take
do
their
some.
lower jaw.
Yeah, you're gonna do some dark work to cover these tracks.
I was about to say, you must not know what
We lost
organization I'm a part of.
Just give him to Rage Fang. He'll deal with it.
He will.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
honestly know what to do here. It kind of feels like, I guess we're just gonna kill Saltmarsh now, which seemed inevitable, honestly.
There is another way, but it basically requires us to be willing to just leave.
Oh, I'm gonna walk over there and get the shit out of the ceiling. Then they can decide if they're gonna let us go.
I swear, if you all turn against Saltmarsh and I got shit for it, this is incredible.
We didn't almost bring a fucking sea prince down on town, okay?
Yeah, you want to get your hands dirty. I understand.
Right, we want to be the ones to do it. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
that was the difference. I insulted you by
Right.
not allowing you
Like,
to do it.
how dare you subcontract this work out, Krellick? How dare you?
Nobody burns this town to the ground but us.
Not to like drastically change the subject, but I've just noticed it because I've got little pings in this. Adam and Ted, did you know that in Tyler's server, the Out of the Abyss channel is called Out of Depiss?
Nice.
Yeah.
No, because I can't see it, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm sharing it with you, because I know you
Oh,
can't see
okay.
it. Yeah, I'm sharing this fact with you because I know you can't see it.
Okay, it was the way it was phrased then that I did not understand.
That is
Yeah.
Did
That
you
is-
know this thing you couldn't see?
classy with a K.
No.
I don't know what I'm going to do with the power I have been given in that server, but I guarantee it's probably not going to be anything useful or good. I should also very clearly clarify, I did not ask for it.
Most of the time, you don't ask for power. It's just given to you.
That is incredibly true. Actually, I popped into the Icewind like chat game or like the text channel, and like dropped just like an upsetting, not an upsetting, just a weird picture. Sup simps, and immediately I was like, why is he here? Someone was like, scrub the chat, and Tyler's like, he already knows everything. Alright. Sounds like we got everybody back. I hate to do this, but I don't. Vicaris and Krellick. You have chartered an escort to San Elise. Yeah? Some 150 gold, something like that.
Accurate.
Which means that you have the company of Autumnal Eladrin taking you to the Summer City. Which is days of travel that are not days, because the sun never lowers. The farther you travel, in this plane, the higher the sun lifts in the sky above you, and it never sets, it becomes pretty warm and pleasant, which is shocking because you guys have been in Saltmarsh in winter now, and it is somewhat uncomfortable comparatively. The grassy fields are rolling blue, and the sky is pale, watery white, unfiltered sunlight beaming down, until an incredible forest over the horizon is seen some days later. How's your trip been?
I assume pretty fun.
Yeah?
I have been sharing my vast knowledge of shanties along our journey. I teach Vicaris roll the old chariot. I sing it often. A few times a day. A few times a day, for sure. In preparation for our journey, the only thing I was really concerned with is making sure I had a big old sack full of like wine skins. So I kind of get loose and sing this song all day.
Deduct a reasonable amount of money based on cost for this purchase.
Yeah. Yeah, I hit him with a little bit of the hold on. I looked up lyrics to this. I hit him with a little bit of the well, not on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Not on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Well, not on the town wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, because you know the one. And we roll the old chariot along. Chariot along. And we roll the old chariot along.
How does Vicaris take this?
He plays along at first, and then when he's reasonably certain Krellick is lost in his own shanty, he just starts to play the guitar as background or lyre. I don't know what I had. As music to keep him occupied. As I mean, he's probably interested in fucking learning the songs, but more interested in watching this entire show.
Yeah, I try to get our guides to sing along.
Autumnal Eladrin are all too enthused to get way into this. They don't have some of the like orchestrated severity that summer Eladrin, such as Vicaris, typically have. Anyway, as you progress, the light, the warmth, and the cheeriness of the soldiers, not soldiers, the essentially the hired swords you have with you, the other bards who are traveling with you, their skin begins to pale a little, and their hair begins to yellow.
Ew.
Don't be rude.
Because he's wilting.
Oh, I guess you haven't seen me do that. I tend to do that every time I wake up. This is actually pretty normal.
You just do it in the privacy of your own room.
I mean, yeah, but back when my magic was a little less reliable, let's say, sometimes I changed midday.
I guess I just somehow never noticed.
Well, usually when it happened, we're fighting, and I was behind, so it makes sense that you never saw.
The forest you approach is one of gleaming silver bark and dazzling golden leaves. And it is as you approach that you see the depth of the color and the life within it. Giant beasts, particularly elk, parade through the underbrush, and there is the omnipresent sense of being watched, not in the eerie, prying manner, but in the cold way that you are being regarded and ignored.
I asked the guides if we can hunt one of the large elk.
No.
Shame.
Well, you can, if you wish to be slaughtered.
But a deer.
Either the deer, or their other hunters, or their guardians. They are beasts that belong to the wild hunt. Their owners, they are not kind, nor patient.
Wait, I know them fellas. That's Obi's gang.
Correct.
Yeah. I was met him,
Oh. And lived.
Yeah.
You should not count on a second attempt.
Shame. Would like to have them antlers as like, a headdress.
Those are sacred relics.
Yeah, they look good.
They do. Would you like some?
I thought we couldn't kill him.
You might not be able to, but you are welcome to try.
I looked at Vicaris. What do you say?
This isn't something that's gonna get us in trouble, right? Because I'm kind of.
Oh, it will get you in fucking trouble. This is sacrilege. What is being proposed?
Cool. I was. I thought I heard something that was something else, but no, we're good. I'm on track.
Yeah.
I think we've created enough trouble. Last thing we need is to lose the people protecting us when in a dangerous situation. But I promise to take you on a hunt as soon as we get back to the Prime Material. Eh?
Okay.
Y'all, the more we do planar travel, the more I hate the name material, the Prime Material plane.
Prime
The fucking egos on them. God.
The best.
You know what? I just realized I could probably create something close to looking to what he's trying to get, and then just let him have at it.
Yes.
Yay, you got it!
You did it! Hey!
Kralik is all for participation ribbons. Love that shit.
Now let's eat it. No, wait, don't!
Anyway, the road continues on in paths that are hidden from view but are known to the travelers. And eventually, before you is a curious sight of what appears to be simply an opening in the into a grove, which you know, Vicaris. This is the threshold of your homeland. Ooh. To enter into this grove is to bid the guardians allow you entrance, and then you may enter Senelise.
For an asking thing or a payment thing?
Payment.
Okay, cool. Hi there. Just seeing what we can do to make our way into St. Elise.
There is a great creaking and groaning above in the trees, so high that light seems to come from beneath them and you cannot see into the boughs above. And a lift, a grand elevator, is lowered to the ground, and the soldiers, the blade singers, and the great bards of the citadel stand in attendance at the ready. All of them wearing the sleeveless, brilliant green and yellow robes that you wear, yours now, in severe disrepair in comparison. And you are asked what you might have as a boon to grant in its totality to the treasure trove of the Queen.
Oh, fuck, what do I have? Turn to Kralik. You got anything nice?
I mean, I got all sorts of nice shit. Well, we gotta give it to them.
Oh, yeah, is the deal.
Fuck.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this. Hold on one second. This is about to be so stupid.
I was gonna say, I think this might be your time.
This is my moment. Ooh, I can't give up this spoon though. That's too important.
Gotta give up that spoon.
Not before we figure out what it does.
Right. Well, I think the first thing, and probably the most important, is this stone right here. And he'll reach into his bag and pull out the luck stone. I originally had this in the beginning of my travels, and I can tell you it brought me nothing but luck. So I believe that'll be pretty important for whatever you have in mind in the future. And he'll hold it up closer.
Did you say nothing but luck?
I sure did. I did
So
not
you're
classify
lying.
it good or bad.
But you are deceiving, yes.
Yeah. I'm leaving out very important
roll a
information.
deception check.
Oh, I love that I never took fucking proficiency in this. Hey!
I mean, Jack of all trades is
Yeah.
nothing to sneeze at.
Bard stuff,
Yeah.
bard stuff.
Yeah. It is accepted as a token, and you are allowed passage onto the elevator.
That's gonna bite us in the ass later. We have to get out of this plane right now. Delete that from the horde.
You've had that since, I think, session 3?
If not earlier.
Yeah. Oh, that's a relic.
Was okay, bye.
It is also very important to note at this point, Kralik, you have not heard a word of common spoken to you unless you are being spoken in general, unless you're being spoken to directly. And that is certainly the case now, as there is a Sylvan order for the elevators to lift, and you are pulled high, high, high into the canopy, so far that the mists of the forest swell over the undergrowth, and you see no ground below you. It feels as if you are in the clouds. And around you, you see what is the magnificence of this city. Each bough of each of the 7 trees in this circle intertwine into one organism, carved and shaped by the hand of Oberon himself as a crown to his beloved. A fortress, a citadel protected beyond measure. This place is impenetrable if it is not willed to be. It is at the beck and call of its queen, and it is your home. And here you hear nothing but the songs of your people. You hear nothing but the cheer of the summer, and you feel nothing but the cool breezes between leaves, and feel nothing but the deep longing for the fact that you have not been here in so long and you can't stay.
Turn to Kralik. I'm gonna say, see, this is why I think the material plane is so boring.
Oh, it's just a bunch of trees.
It's more than trees, you know that.
I don't know. I look around, all I see is trees.
Trees that are better from the plane.
Well, I mean, where's the ocean, you know?
Almost
Alright,
as if requested, the boughs of the tree part as you are continuing to be lifted into the canopy, and you see beyond a glittering expanse of water broken only by soft islands that carry towering, glistening, glittering glass palaces, and the occasional breach of some fantastic creature cresting the water and then slamming down into it and rippling massive waves up as if this massive ocean were merely a lake. It is cleaner than any water you've ever seen.
Everyone know that Will Smith meme where he like points with two hands? Immediately, what Paris does as soon as the tree opens up.
Okay. Alright, they're easy. Hey, I mean, maybe we don't have to go home right away. I mean, we could get a boat, right? You and me, you know, we could go out there sailing. Maybe we can hunt one of them big things.
Yeah, I like that idea. I just think we currently on a bit of a tipping time clock, and to the people near us, like nothing rather important or anything to do with this. But I believe we, our friends are waiting for us. We told them we'd be right back. We have no idea how long it's been since, so I believe we need to go now, and then we can come back at a later date.
Oh, you know what they's doing. They're probably just in there talking to the council members every day. That's all they do.
Right. Well, sometimes we go on adventures. I wouldn't want to miss that. You wouldn't want to miss that. You know how they're useless without us. I don't think staying here is the prudent thing.
I guess you're right. I could use a bit of old Nelson's blood.
And on the excuse me, on the prime material, you can hunt all the elk you want. Nobody gets mad at you or kills you over it.
Yeah, but they're not as big.
I can make them bigger if you like.
Maybe.
Right. So then we have a deal.
Okay.
Actually, can bards learn to enlarge?
I don't know. I don't think so. Well,
How's
they
it?
can learn it, but at what cost? Alright. Eventually, Vicaris, your position is recognized, your rank, your slot within the hierarchy. And so you are brought above the levels of the commoners, those of the gentry, and then into the court of the nobility. The elevator stops, you are permitted to leave, and you can go find your house if you would like. Your home.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. No, we're definitely going there.
Okay. I have a pretty good idea of who your sires are. But what is your house like?
Love that you asked that. Never put any thought into it whatsoever. Um. Fuck, Sarah, I'm not good at world building like you are.
Would you like some help?
Yes, please.
The home of your sires is not particularly dense. The Zerlashant household has never been one necessarily for many within their clan. And this is reasonable. Not many elves are. But in particular, nobility tend to be very specific about who is allowed within their family lines. As such, your parents, Harrian and Minles, are specific, particular. Their home is within one of the trunks of the great tree, as are many of your equals and betters. And as such, there is a polite cleanliness to the household in itself. A brilliantly carved door that bears the name as it should, as do a number who would be on your equivalent block, so that you are easily found. And the individuals who reside within the polished wooden building inside, decorated with tapestries and sigils and the writings of arcanists, there is one who has the sharp and pleasant features of one who may have grown up in spring, with green and yellow in their hair and face, and the other who bears some of the surprising pallor of winter, though the affectation of their home indicates that they are, and will forever be, in summer. Perhaps this is something to do with your particular affectation, your fluidity beyond most Eladrin of your kind, and after your kind. They are very surprised to see you. Vicaris, we were told you were dead. What has brought you home?
Well, it seems the stories of my life have been a bit exaggerated or even incomplete. I've been on the Meritaria plane, as you know. I was on a mission from... I was on orders, and I met up with this group. I now work for a company. They are a bit shadowy, but I've met a couple people. He kind of gestures towards Grelic. And I have found a nice little place for myself out there. Obviously with the intent of coming back, but have gained favor within the court, as it were.
This is all in Elvish. This is happening.
Sylvan, specifically.
So worse.
The reek of that plane is on every fiber of your being, child. Do you wish to rest? What is this pet you have with you?
Oh, this is Kralik. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him a friend, although... I'm sorry.
You wouldn't call him a friend. I should hope not. What a curious creature. And they stride forward and take examination of Kralik. They both stand barely breaching 5 feet tall, and have trailingly long hair that is plaited back. And despite their very distinctly different appearances, look at you with the same expression.
I don't speak Elvish, but I know foreign languages. So I speak in Orcish. And it's just like, so they're regarding me just like,
perfect.
Easy, okay, all right. Hey, that's expensive.
Bestial, and yet dressed after a fashion. And there is a tug as something is taken off of you.
Well, I mean, he's a little more cultured than your typical beast. I wouldn't necessarily define him as cultured, of course, but he's certainly noble to an extent. No, noble in heart, of course.
This must be the thing that you plan to present to the Queen, yes? That should elevate us and our family.
Oh, actually, glad you asked. I have a bunch of trinkets that I have shown to the court and have gained me and our family, of course, much favor.
To accompany this prize. And there's a whack
Would you
as a bladed sword hits you behind the ankles. Krellick.
Oh, okay.
I turn around and growl menacingly.
It is actually matched. There's a flash of brilliant yellow across the face of one, and you see a hot glow within their chest, and you hear a deep growl.
I say in common while looking at this person, I'm addressing Vicaris. I say, if these is your friends and family, am I allowed to break their face?
I think we should probably refrain from such things, and then I'll turn to the others. Continue to talk to him. You have to understand things are different. People act differently here. I understand that it may seem a bit weird to you, but I'll assure you it's all in the up and up. And then I'll turn to them. I don't think it's necessary to anger him. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
And why might that be?
Well, he's a very powerful foe, exceptional warrior. He's actually taught me some things, and I'll better forward, of course.
You learned from the creatures of the material plane. And what of your education here?
Well, obviously I haven't been back yet, so it's been put on a pause, but I don't think that hasn't stopped my ascension, so clearly not that pressing, don't you think?
Well, you've only been gone some season or so, correct?
Oh, not that long at all, yeah.
You have many left remaining. Speaking of, and one thing that you also can see, Krellick, pretty clearly, and you've become a little bit more familiar with, is some of the particular markings specific to the Eladrin people. Some that are crested at the brow as specified arcanists, and then warriors who have their limbs scarred. One of Vicaris' parents evidently is an arcanist, and a very talented one. And the other one is also very similarly marked as a very capable warrior. And one of them, what would appropriately be called Mother, grabs your wrist, Vicaris, and extends your arm, uncovering pulling your sleeve up to your elbow. And she remarks, "You're missing some. Where have they gone?"
Well, I kind of made a deal with the Queen and Heir of Darkness, of which the deal at the end was that I would get some assistance in my ascension, but when we came against a hag that was working for her, I was given a choice to either assist the hag or not. Obviously, I chose the latter, and some of my abilities were taken away from me. But not to be confused, I have learned a different way to access the Arcana, and dare I say I've actually become better for it.
Your mention of the Queen of Air and Darkness immediately deafens them as your hand is dropped, and they immediately retreat from you.
I mean, I now have a deal with Lady Chandria, I believe, and now I'm going through more ethical means of ascension.
Make me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I'm actually not on my computer. Can you make it for me?
I could absolutely do that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Hot damn.
What is it?
As at
Two
disadvantage.
nat 20s?
Nah. At disadvantage at 23.
It's what?
At disadvantage at 23.
Holy shit.
Vicaris, this is lethal to our name. Dealing with Auril in any regard, we should be stopped before any of us should see any more of this city. You've spoken heresy. Surely you know what you've done, who you've spoken with, and
Well, I know I've made a mistake. At the time, I put my place in the court above all else, specifically this family. But I've made moves to amend that mistake. And like I said, I've gained favor, so clearly it wasn't that. It wasn't something I couldn't come back from. So
what could you possibly give to the Queen in repentance for allying with her sister?
I mean, I think if Lady Chandria can forgive me, then certainly our queen can.
The bastard princess is soft in her heart. The queen is order. The queen demands perfection from each of us.
Well, if that's the case, then all I think she'd be rather happy with is the changes that I made. I used to be chaos personified, but now I have much more order and reliability in my life.
And how should you demonstrate this? What should you give to her to prove your mettle, child?
Instinctively, he reaches for his bag and then thinks better of it. Well, I believe myself to be much more capable and able to give more to the court than before. And he will pull out his guitar. Would you like a demonstration?
There is an exchanged look of deep concern between the two of them, but neither of them say no specifically.
I'd like to, because I can't understand what's happening, but there's tone and body language happening here.
Yes.
I'd like to
You forgot he can't understand it.
Yeah, I'd like, and you just pulled out a guitar. So I'd like to make an insight check if I can to get to see if I that I understand how things are going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have advantage on insight checks?
I do have advantage on insight checks. 19.
There is fear within the voice of Vicaris' parents. What he is doing now is anyone's guess, but you also have a pretty good guess.
A further note to that, what did they take off of me?
Give me a moment.
Okay. As you pull out your guitar, I say, in common to Vicaris, to say, hit him with the classic, the old chariot.
Right. It was a beautiful shanty that we learned. I think I'll save that should this first one fail. Yeah.
I've elected to look at Krellick's sheet, and I say, Ocean Man hand axe.
they're my ocean man axes from Laura.
Very good.
Yeah.
They do have a mixture of capital and lower case
Yeah.
lettering.
Oh my gosh. Is Baja Blast here? Because I modeled him after my actual
Like
dog.
summoned from the ether. A great fey hound. Massive. Much bigger than you have ever made him. With fur like soft summer grass and twinkling eyes like pools in the forest. This hound crashes into you from behind, silent as the wind.
Yeah, I'm really hug him back, obviously. Oh, I knew you wait for me, buddy. Real quick though, the parents are kind of mad, so I have to demonstrate some things. You're gonna see something. It's gonna be weird. Don't worry about it. And yes, I'm talking to the dog.
Yeah, in Sylvan. Which
Yeah,
means
yeah.
that immediately upon greeting you, his best friend in every plane, he steps back and sits down patiently, bouncing his front paws in anticipation.
Well, you're the best. Yeah, so first thing I'm gonna do, he'll lift up his hand, immediately start playing, and then oh, wait, one moment. And then he will start grabbing at the strings of creation and recreate a statue of Baja Blast in the same pose right next to him.
This baffles the dog.
It is currently just a statue, though, so it's not moving. Excuse me. Right. Well, I can create something out of nothing, which is nothing to scoff at. He waits for a laugh. Okay.
One of your parents laughs, but it's
Right.
uproarious. It's your spring and autumn parent who finds this incredibly amusing.
Right, got one. All right. And then
You're not surprised the other one does not find this funny.
Well, even more impressive, which I believe the queen will really like, and that's when he'll actually start playing, using the dog statue to get up and attempt to play with Baja Blast. Like the little, how they drop down on their front.
I was just thinking, yes, absolutely. There's a quiet exchange between your parents and some visible concession that this is impressive.
You think that's good? That's not all. And then I assume we have like treats for the dog here, right?
Yeah. There's on one of the walls there is a growth of mosses and small glittering funguses that are cultivated for this exact purpose.
Perfect. Changing up the tune.
Doug?
Yeah, sorry. I had a phone call. I will animate the treats, and they will slowly make their way towards Baja Blast above him so he can't catch them in time. And then I'll say, Baja, sit. I don't know if I've actually trained him, so we'll see if this works.
I'm gonna make you roll animal handling.
Fair enough.
Say it in German.
12. It sits for does that thing where he sits for like a second and then immediately snaps it out of the air.
All right, well, good enough, right? We can all agree that was good. Lie down.
No, he doesn't do that one.
All right, well, close enough. And I'll throw the next one in his mouth. And then this time I'll kind of like lower it to the ground in an effort to get him to lay down.
I'll let you roll one more.
Okay. That'll be the last
That was
one,
a 5. He just jumps on top of you and snaps it from you.
I think we can all agree, despite this, he's still the goodest boy ever. And I'll just throw all of them at him. And that should be like 10 in all, so like best trainer ever.
You still have not answered the question as to what this creature is doing in our ancestral home.
Well, he's not protecting me. Although I do believe myself to be his escort. He is keeping me safe.
In common, finally. What are you?
Is you talking to me?
Do you speak?
I mean, I just did, and I am.
What are you?
I'm Creddy.
You're a Krellick?
My name is Creddy.
Named after your own kind?
I don't know, I guess. What is you?
And what do you do?
Well, it's an interesting question. I've done a lot of things. I was a pirate for a long time. Dabbled in wizardry. I think now I'm just, well, I don't know.
You don't know what you are, what you're doing.
I'm sort of on a path of revenge.
Oh.
Yeah. Something was taken from me. And, I was gonna get it back. Hey, you all seem real fancy. Any of you use, like, real powerful wizards?
Yes.
Oh, good. I need someone to open a door to where, you know what a Cambion is?
Yes.
Yeah, I need someone to open up a doorway to go to where they live so I can kill one.
No.
Okay, do you know anyone that will help me with it?
No.
Well, shit.
The spellcraft we practice here is exclusively in the defense of our queen, to open portals into the abyss or into hell, for the express purpose of freeing some fiend, is expressly prohibited, absolutely against every oath we have ever taken, against the express intention of our breeding and our kind.
I wouldn't be freeing him, I'd be killing him.
And you could kill him?
I mean, yeah.
How?
I mean, he's killed much worse.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, like, break his arms and legs, right? And then, maybe, I don't know if they've got, like, horns or whatever, but I figure, like, I'll rip one of them off and shove it through his, like, the underpart of the jaw, right up into his brain.
They draw their blade from at their side. Prove yourself.
Oh.
Vicor said I'm not supposed to break anyone here.
They look at Vicaris.
I mean, I think you can take my word for it, right? That he's a formidable warrior, and he's one of the reasons I'm still alive today. Yeah.
Formidable enough to defeat a Cambion in guarantee?
Well, actually, we have a group, and if there's a contract to be made, we could all potentially go, and then yeah, I think we could take on one of those.
How? How do you know?
Well, I mean, we fought in a lot of things. I put faith in my team.
What creatures do you associate yourself with now, Vicaris?
Well, I mean, it's temporary, of course. Don't you need to? Well, I've turned away from what we have here. But
What creatures?
There's another like him, a genius, an inventor. Like, certainly I'm a creator, but she invents things for the long term. We're another bit of a snake, but he is pretty good at what he does. And then 2 healers, both very different in their tactics, but keep us alive, keep us healthy. And then, of course, this powerhouse right here.
Another
We-
like
we
this,
defeated.
and there's an audible thud as something as hard is whacked against your shell, Krellick.
All right, well, I
One
think
you
we can
claim
treat
to
him
be
with
a bit of a
respect.
snake. And what are the other 2?
Is that like someone like walking around me doing this?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I turn to them and say, "You do that one more time, I'm gonna shove that thing so far up your ass, you'll be spitting steel."
Make me an
Wonderful.
intimidation check.
Okay. I have advantage on these as well. I hope it goes well. Do not betray me. A 24.
Oh. Feisty. Truly a beast. There's a step back away from you to give you more space, Krellick.
Yeah. I snort a bit and say, "I'll have whatever it is that you's taking from me. I know one of you's got your grabby hands on me."
The other one, produces the mouse ring in her palm. What this?
That is my second favorite ring.
Her hand closes over it, and she turns her wrist over, opens her hand again, and it is gone.
Right.
All right, well, we don't have to play tricks. I mean, like I said, he's kept me alive. He's kept me alive. We can treat him better than this.
Her other hand lifts to produce the ring and holds it between her fingers.
Won't you put it on? See what it does.
It's not mine. She tosses it to you.
I'll snatch it.
I think it's important to remember how we treat lesser beings says more about us than it does about them.
And what does it say about you, Vicaris?
That I've utilized them to get where I am now. Oh, I think it means I'm very resourceful. To learn from them, it means my education hasn't stagnated in one particular spot. It makes me worldly. I'm actually better for knowing them.
There's a light scoff at your last addendum. That remains to be seen.
Laugh, if you will, but Lady Chandria has faith in me. It's only a matter of time before the rest of the court does.
You know what the council says of the princess. Take her favor, but take it lightly. You should rest. Whatever it is you may be requiring within the Citadel should wait until you have bathed.
I sniff myself. Could use a scrub.
All right, well, happy to stay here. Happy to show him what it's like for how we live. But then shortly after, we do have to. We must make our way back. The rest of our team, fairly useless without us, obviously. So, may I show him to his quarters?
You are gestured on.
Oh, Kralik, let's go.
I kind of stare, take time to like stare intently at each of these people that's been messing with me, and just kind of let out a little snort and turn to follow, and saying in common, "Can we get long drinks or something?"
I think I'd actually like that. Yeah. Mischief number 2.
This time in the bigger, more powerful city. Alright. Back in the material plane, Yop is up first in combat.
Alright. Yop is going to move over here and explain nice and calmly. Now listen. We're going to get whatever is in that loose panel above the bed. And then we're going to continue our investigation. And you're more than happy to watch us. So long as you don't interfere. And if you don't interfere, no one's going to get hurt. And, Betty, who I cannot move for some reason.
Oh, she's stuck in the wall.
Okay, there we go. Betty will just move over here. And, that's it, actually. I don't want to do anything aggressive or threatening. I just want to move into position. Actually, you know what?
I'll be clearer. They have already instigated combat. These people are violent. You are not striking first if you.
Yep, I understand.
Okay.
I'm giving them the opportunity to de-escalate.
Okay. All right. Null, then. Null. Your token is labeled incorrectly.
Gonna cast, Yeah, I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself. And I'm gonna take a step away. And make a run by both of these people to get up on the bed. And reach for the panel.
Okay. I'll try to make some wisdom saves. It's pretty damn good. Ooh, one of them got close. One rolled a 17.
Oh.
But you have evaded them.
Yeah, it's like a little orb of shimmering words in Celestial surrounding him.
Alright.
And yeah, I will stand on the bed. I think I probably have to spend the next time jumping to try to.
Sanctuary is only a bonus action. Now I'm thinking about it, but also, as the bed breaks under you.
That's fine. I gotta look up the rules for high jump, but that's my turn for now, I think. Other than to cast guidance on myself.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. I was worried about sanctuary concentration, but it's not. Okay. Lauren.
All right. Lauren is going to just hit this guy in front of her. She'll catch Shillelagh in her staff and try to boot her. I don't think that hits.
No.
Yep, that is her turn. She will stand there.
All right. Zashel.
I'm still muted. I can only see one of these dudes for some reason. Would I have seen
What?
the other one?
One's
I can
here.
see Bert here. That's it.
You don't see this guy?
I see Yop right there. I don't
Yeah,
see
is
another
Yop
guy
standing on someone by accident?
You
Ah,
see him here?
yes. Okay, now I see them both.
Weird.
One must have just gotten under Yop's token somehow.
Well, I see Yop down here, is the thing.
Oh,
there.
no, Yop is standing 2 spaces to the left of Betty for me. Oh, nope, now she's down there.
No, she's not, but she was for me as well.
Weird.
Looking at the one near Yop, since no one has attacked that one. Well, actually, does either of these look like they have a higher rank? Is there anything that's obvious on that? I'm not taking the time to really look, but one's got
Just
an
some-
epaulet
just
or
some dudes.
fancier hat. Okay. Then for the one that is standing next to Yop, I will I suggest you convince your compatriot that what we are doing is authorized, is appropriate, and is exactly what needs to happen for us to get out of your hair. And I am casting suggestion.
All right. Is it wisdom or charisma?
Wisdom
Okay.
saving throw.
That's an 18.
Meets it beats.
Did not expect that at all. All right. That's my turn. My cat is making the
Yeah.
most insane noise. Oh my god. Ooh, great. They get 3 attacks each. This will be a great time. The first are some they each draw a long sword in one hand and then a short sword, and they're off. And the first one, 3 attacks to Yop. I have a 15, 20, and 14.
That is 1 hit.
That is 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
And the other
The
is
first, I assume one of these attacks is going to be at Lauren, at least one, and the first one of those will be at disadvantage.
great. That makes it a 14, a 12, and a 24.
24 will hit.
That is 4 slashing damage. Oh, sorry. No, it is not. It is 6 piercing damage.
I see. Damage type doesn't matter to me, but yes. Wonderful. Ow.
It's a different die. That's all.
I know.
That's why it mattered.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean you said piercing as if it was different from slap. Yeah, no, I know.
That's how I knew I did it wrong. Okay. Then, Yop, it is your turn.
Alright, I haven't used this in a while. Let me figure out how it actually works. As a bonus action to the fool in front of me, and I will amplify that. 2 additional damage to me. And, well, I gave you a choice.
That'll hit.
First blood.
That doesn't. I don't have advantage on these.
14 is a miss.
All right. And, Betty will try and bite this guy around the ankle and grapple him.
Okay. Sorry, is the one next to you the bloated one or the other one?
The one next to me is the bloated one.
Okay. Let me just put something on him. Gross. Great. Okay. Holy shit, Betty. You rolled a 19.
You fucked.
She got him.
Yep.
She got him. Incredible.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Noel?
Yeah, I can jump and grab something 13.4, so I assume I'm gonna need an action to jump up and bounce the panel aside.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that.
All right. You kind of crouch a little bit, finding yourself surprisingly stiff. You are not someone who is known to be particularly limber. Jump upwards. You are tall enough, certainly, to put your hand through the ceiling. And you find when you knock the panel loose, there's evidently a crawl space up there.
I'm gonna look at Zashel as I hit the ground. Familiar, please. I'm gonna raise a hand.
How big a crawl space are we talking here?
It looks to be at least a foot tall, at least from where you're standing. But probably, likely more, as it is a crawl space.
What do I want to do as my bonus? Actually, yeah, sure. I'm gonna cast my bonus Sanctuary onto Yop. And I'll take a step back to here.
On
So
Yop?
Sanctuary drops on me, Sanctuary shows up on Yop.
Huh. Okay. I'll remind you that it goes away if she does anything violent.
Oh, true, shit. Better then. Shield of Fate.
Alright.
That one's fine. That's +2 AC.
Yep.
I gotta concentrate on it, so guidance drops on me.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Alright, Lauren.
Alright, Lauren's gonna try to hit the guy in front of her. Nope.
No.
Nope. You can't hit anything. God dang it.
Your cantrips. You have cantrips with better hit dice and the DC. What are you... What's happening?
I don't know.
Can't non-lethal, a cantrip.
Can't non-lethal cantrip.
They're more than 50 HP. Okay, alright. Zashel.
Zashel will... Wait, I don't have Quetzal out. That's going to take an action, so I will use my action to summon Quetzal.
Great.
I'm not near any of them, so I will just step up on the bed and put him up there.
You step up on the mattress, your foot sinks into the cracked center of it, but you can do that. You're 6 feet tall. You're tall enough. Yeah. Oh boy, it's my turn.
I'm sorry, Quetzal. I'm sorry.
Alright. The bloated one rolls a 22 to hit you Yop.
Shield.
All right. Clattering against your steel shield as it extends outwards to defend you, and then he swings again for a critical miss and also gets, an extra d6 of necrotic damage, and then refuses to continue his onslaught. If you could roll that d6 for me. While the other
It's
one...
a D8.
Sure, I have no idea. Fuck. Alright. Then the other one attacks Lauren with a 9, a 24
Okay.
disadvantage.
Yeah, the first one was going to be a disadvantage, but it was 9 anyway, so...
Yeah. Well, if you were gonna call it it still is a 9 though. 24 and 14.
24 hits.
There's 11 slashing.
All right.
Yup.
All right, I'm going to take a couple more swings.
That'll hit. Okay. That barely hits.
And I would like to... So that's Yop's turn. I would like Betty to try and drag this fool. Is that just another athletics check?
If he is grappled,
He is grappled.
then all you need to do is just move half speed.
Okay. I would like to drag him to that location.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Then it is Null's turn.
I can still faintly see Quetzal, right?
You don't have dark vision, right?
Let me check.
If you don't have any
Yeah, no, I don't
things,
think so. Oh, I do have dark vision actually.
do you?
Yeah, belt.
Oh, belt.
I got
Oh,
a good
thank
belt.
God. Okay, I was
Yeah.
like, you're a fearbulg. Okay. Then yes, you can see
Okay.
just barely. Just barely.
Yeah, just barely is fine. I'm gonna take a step forward, like raise my hand, and in like a scratchy voice in Celestial say enough. And I'm going to upcast this. I mean, bad damage, but it's not really triggering yet. I'm just turning it on.
Mhm.
Designated everything I can see, and the fucking wraiths like come up from the ground around them.
Tearing through the floorboards, black, torn ghosts begin clawing their way at the living. Oh, God.
It's fine.
This is about to get real awkward.
All right, Lauren.
All right. This is you know what? I am going to cast
Spirit Guardians again.
No, I don't have Spirit Guardians prepared. What?
Meat grinder times
I'm
2.
gonna cast Spike Growth in this corner over here so they can't get closer to us without hurting themselves. Gotta find that radius thing.
It's huge.
It's
I
huge,
know.
right?
No, it's gonna go outside the door. It's gonna go outside the door if I can find it.
It's gonna like get outside. Yeah, look at this shit.
It's a 20-foot radius. It's a
Can I-
40-foot diameter sphere.
Why can I not center it? Yeah, I can't move it. There we go.
Is that what you want?
Yes, cut off their retreat. Excellent.
Yeah, they can't leave. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and I will. I guess I'll stay here.
Okay.
Run away. Yep.
Oh, this is funny. Zashel, it's your turn.
Well, it's about to get real awkward.
No kill like overkill.
I mean, I'm trying not to murder anyone, but at
Oh.
the same time,
I think it's gonna happen. I don't think you're
I'm
a
gonna-
warlock. You can't like do less.
I'll fix it. It's fine. Just kill him.
it's gonna be fine, okay? It's gonna be fine. Zashel, what are the actual components on? That is a good question. Oh, right. Zashel pulls on the golden reliquary that is secured
Oh,
onto his,
Oh no.
and a winged snake appears right around behind them. It's large though, so it should take up all 4 of those spaces.
Yeah, yeah.
It does fly and can hover, so it's not bothered by the spikes. It's going to appear in defender mode, so after saying words in Celestial that he doesn't actually truly understand because he doesn't speak Celestial, he then just
What'd he
looks
say?
at it's the incantation to summon this
Shit.
creature. So
I want to know. You just
Who
called
knows?
out like, Steve, come forth. In
Steve.
Celestial.
The winged celestial serpent appears blocking the doorway. Zashel just looks at the 2 guards and just says, "You can keep fighting, or you can stand down and let us do this." And that's my turn because it's an action to summon.
Oh my god. You know, this is really good. And like a part of me says that of course they'd like wet themselves and not keep fighting, but I kind of want to just keep fighting.
I mean, that's your call because
Also-
the celestial goes next.
Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn.
And just for good measure, we'll get a celestial bonk on the one that Betty has in its beak. In her beak. Yeah. I don't have the right window up. That is a 20 to hit
Yeah.
for 9 damage, and I will choose Yop to gain 9 temporary hit points.
Lovely.
And then it will bonk again because it gets to make 2 attacks. Because it's half the spell level, rounded down. It's level 5 spell, so that is a 17 against the same one, or the other one, excuse me.
Yes.
Against the one in targeting you.
Yep.
So that is 10 radiant damage, and I will
Okay.
go ahead and have the D10 temporary hit points go to Betty. So 6 temporary hit points for Betty.
Okay. On their turn, there's a quick analysis of the risk that they are facing, then the things that they personally know, and they continue to attack. The one is going to try to break himself free from Betty's grip. He rolled a 7. I don't think Betty can roll worse than that. We'll see.
Oh yeah, we are still both in the Spirit Guardian.
Yep. 15 necrotic.
Those fucking wraiths like pulled him down.
They do
up top and necrotic.
literally eviscerate one of them.
Have we really done that much damage to one already? Oh shit!
To one of them, yeah.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Give me a sec.
The other one manages to break himself free from the ferocious grip of Betty, but that's his turn. And he is surrounded by foes and vicious spikes lashing out at him, so he remains still. Yop, it is your turn.
No, you poor dumb son of a bitch.
14 misses. 15 misses.
Well, Betty, show him how it's done.
13 misses. I'm so sorry. Okay. Null.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and as a bonus cast yeah, I'll I don't know how spirit guardians work on a thing that's unconscious. If they just keep mauling them.
I mean, against a player character, Spirit Guardians would start causing failed death saves. So
Okay.
I imagine for an NPC,
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
I could drop concentration, whatever. Yeah, I'll drop the guardians and cast Spare the Dying on the guy that's on the floor with my 30-foot range.
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn it the other one and cast Toll of the Dead. I'll just
Rolled a 7.
Like, yeah, we just starting fires, putting out fires. Give me a second. It's been a while since I
Putting out
Picking up and moving fires.
Okay, well. Bong. Ooh.
Okay. That's not good for his brain.
Yeah, no. A loud, dolorous noise.
Lauren?
Lauren will try to hit him with her stick again. Maybe this time it won't work. No, maybe.
24 will hit.
One moment. It's not. God, I hope this doesn't kill him.
You brain him. And do kill him.
Oh no!
I got it. It's okay.
Relic's not even here to give you credit for it.
I'll fix it.
Oh, fuck.
Combat ends. Oh,
On the
shoot.
second one, quickly. So they're both stable.
Their souls are not yet permitted to leave their broken bodies.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know. I'm not responsible for their medical bills. I'm just going to keep them from moving on. They don't get to be written in the book yet. It's fine.
Wrap them up in red tape. And we're going to call it there for tonight.
Oh, boy.
Jesus. I don't know. Should we just finish them off? I figured I'd give us the option. I don't know.
It's grisly.
Well, like,
It's worse.
I'd prefer
Here.
not to, but like, I think Noah would do it if asked.